Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show. My name is Akwesi Enin, the host of the Energy Spectrum Show. Today, we look at a research paper co-authored by Dr. Shafiq Suleiman, Job Nagami, Dr. John Abdullah Jinapo, who is currently the Energy Minister of Ghana. We look at the dynamic relationship between carbon emissions and electricity tariffs. My guest, who is joining us online, is Job Nagami, currently pursuing MSc in economics at the High School of Economics in Russia. He holds an MPhil in Petroleum and Energy Studies at the University of Cape Coast, Ghana. Job also was a research assistant at the University of Cape Coast, who supervised over 300 research papers, etc. Job, thank you for joining us today. This is the Energy Spectrum Show. It is Africa-inspired, globally connected. What we do is to invite scholars and researchers like you to discuss their papers and make it more understandable to viewers. So thank you very much for joining us today.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Enim. I'm quite grateful for this opportunity.
Right.
And I wish your viewers very well. I think this is a very good initiative, and I'm very happy to be hosted by Energy Spectrum.
Thank you. All right. So tell us more about your research paper, the dynamic relationship between carbon emissions and electricity tariffs in Ghana. How dynamic is the situation?
Okay, so thank you very much for this question. I think it's a very important question when it comes to the Ghanaian energy space. We actually motivated by a lot of issues.
Okay.
The energy sector about this topic, dynamic relationship between carbon emissions and electricity. We realized that the current electricity pricing model that PURC is using,
yes,
does not capture the emission aspect,
okay,
of this tariff structure. So we were thinking that there's a lot of emissions,
yes,
from different aspects, from different sectors, especially the energy sector, where Ghana is highly reliant on fossil fuels.
Yes.
We are thinking that we can, if we are thinking about sustainability, if we are thinking about climate change, if we are thinking about carbon footprints of Ghana, we cannot ignore this component. So we tried to conduct a study to see how does this emissions impact the tariffs. So that's actually the motivation of the study. So getting back to the dynamic relationship is quite complex. But before I explain that, I would like to walk us through how what is the stream and the value chain of this relationship.
Great.
Now we know that in Ghana we have the upstream and then we have the downstream, right? The same thing that applies to electricity sector. In electricity sector, we have the generators,
yes,
we have the transmitters, and then we have the consumers.
Yes.
So at the generation part, we have players like ERA,
yes,
players like Dam and those authority. We have also have independent power producers, which normally call the IPs.
Yes.
These people actually generate power, and then when they generate this power, they give the power to the transmission, companies like GRICO. So GRICO will have to wheel this power to ECG, and the ECG will distribute this power to the consumers. And the procedure from which this power is transmitted from generation to consumers has a lot of cost. And so the tariffs formula is designed so that at least all these players within the value chain will be able to recover their initial cost. So that is how it works. Okay. So we are seeing that with the current tariff formula, we have bulk generators. We have the transmitters, GRICO, and we have the consumers. But the aspect of the emissions is out. And we know that every day in and day out, we burn fuel for raising this power generation. So that's the reason why the dynamic relationship comes in. So we want to see play a scenario. Let's assume that we have a component of carbon emissions in our tariff structure. How would that? Will it increase electricity tariffs or it will decrease electricity tariff? Okay. So this is what I was actually trying to look at. Okay. So initially, if you look at the energy, how do you call it, energy master plan? And if you look at the National Energy Transition Framework, you see that the government, they are saying that they are. If you look at an energy National Energy Transition Framework, it's up to 2070, and their aim is that they want to be able to get to a point where our power generation will be based on what purpose, such that it will be environmentally friendly. But with doing this, how will that affect the final cost? Must be high. So therefore, it is very important for us to look at assuming that we want to consider carbon emissions. How would that work? That is the scenario about the paper. That is the scenario about it. Okay. Now the paper mentioned the principle of the intergenerational equity. Yes, intergenerational energy. Yes. Yes. So how would Ghana institutionalize intergenerational equity policies and to ensure that it supports the affordability and sustainability of energy for future generations? Okay, wow, that's a very practical, and it will take us a whole year to answer this question. So, so I think a very, very important question. So, reviewing our literature in this paper, one of the principles that we came across was the principle of intergenerational equity. Yes. And we from the background realized that this principle is actually gotten from environmental international law. Okay. That states that the current generation should treat the resources that they have. Okay. Without compromising posterity. Yes. So what it means is that whatever resources that we have today, we should think it in such a way that these resources were passed on from our ancestors to us. Yes. And so we have to also manage those resources in a way that it will not affect the coming generation. Yes. That's the whole idea about the principle of intergenerational equity. Great. So in the Ghanaian setting, how do we institutionalize this intergenerational equity so that we have affordable and sustainable energy? Yes. What I can say is that I think these things are already in place. It's just that we are not enacting it. We are not taking action on it. But if you look at it, we have renewable energy master plan, which captures all these things. One of their aim is that they want to achieve at least 10% penetration rate of renewable energy. That's one. And if you look at national transition framework, they also wish to achieve fully renewable generation on renewable by 2070. So this is so it means that we are actually thinking about the long term. But the issue is, do we implement these things? That's the issue.
Exactly.
And if you look at the Constitution of Ghana, it is there. It is stated clear that the citizens are supposed to protect the resources of this country in such a way that each citizen is responsible for the environment of this country. So that means that the perception about indigenous equity is only existing in Ghana. You get it. One of the ways that I think we can do is that we should be able to establish fund for in terms of energy. We could look at something like renewable energy fund. Just like we have the petroleum management fund that we have established.
Exactly.
We have established that some of the petroleum funds should be allocated so that it will be there for the future generation.
Exactly.
So affordability and sustainability of our energy, we can also do that so that when we allocate those funds will be used to invest in renewable energy projects.
Great.
Not just any project, but projects that are feasible. We should be able to go in. We should be able to feasibly assess this project and know that in the long run it is going to benefit us. Even if it will take the current cost, if it will take us the current cost, to be able to levelize that cost over a long period of time, so that we'll be able to sustain our energy.
Great.
That would be great, because if you look at other countries like Dubai, you see that they have oil, and we know that oil will finish. Oil is finite. But energy is not finite. So they are able to take the funds that they have from the oil resources to be able to invest in other sectors that will be able to sustainable for the next generation. If you take a country like Norway, the same thing. The same. They have oil in abundance, but they try to invest these oil resources in renewable energy, so that when this oil finish, they'll be able to rely on those energy for the future. So Ghana can actually look at this picture from these countries that are making it, so that we can also follow their footsteps. And we are not just putting it down. We should have assessment plan, such that these institutions are put on their toes. There should be transparency on how these funds are spent
or used.
So in that, I think it will help us to be able to have that sustainable energy in the future. One of the papers that we did earlier on, that paper was on energy transition and then tariffs in Ghana. One of the findings was that the initial cost of investment of these renewables may be very expensive. But if you spread it over a long period, realize the cost of these renewables in the future is lower as compared to that of the fossil fuels.
Great.
And that is what I think we should do. When we do this, we will be able to have, we'll be able to not just provide for the current generation, but also think about the next generation.
Right. That's fine. So, lastly, can you walk us through some of the findings of this paper? Because this is an interesting topic that many Ghanaians would want to consider and then read. I'm sure the paper is available on Science Direct, which is free. But walk us through some of the findings of this paper.
Okay, thank you very much for such a good question. So, I think the paper has a very interesting results. Applying the something that I don't want to talk. Is very technical.
Yeah, leave the technicalities. And
so we try to look at the long run and the short run effect of this carbon emissions on electricity tariff.
Yes.
So what we found was that carbon emissions in the short run increases electricity tariffs.
Okay.
Electricity tariff. What it means is that when there is a unit ton increase in emissions,
okay,
you expect that tariff also increase.
Okay.
The reason is that if, in a way, PURC is putting this component, electricity tariff, in the tariff formula.
Yes.
What it means is that this cost will be added to the value chain.
Yes.
So every power plant that pollutes is going to pay additional cost.
Yes.
And if you look at the paper very well, we stated that assuming we are to tax these power plants that are polluted, it will cost about $7.9 per month, which is almost equivalent to 100 Ghana cedis as at the time this paper was written. Okay. What it means is that this cost will have to also be passed through the fund, because PURC uses how do you call it? Automatic adjustment fund. Okay. And then they set tariffs to at least recover the initial cost. Okay. So therefore, it will be passed through. And when it's passed through, what it means is that at the end of the day, you know what happens. The suppliers will always push the cost to the demanders. And then at the end of the day, there's going to be an increase in electricity tariffs. So that's in the short run. Okay. But in the long run, we also found the same results. We found again that tariffs, emissions will still increase tariffs. Okay. But the most interesting thing is that we try to look at the marginal effect of this impact. And realize that the marginal effect of the short run is huge as compared to the marginal effect of the long run. Okay. This confirms the theory that the levelized cost of renewable energy decreases in the long run. Yeah. And this is confirmed by IEA. Okay. They made a statement, they realized that even though the initial cost of investment of these renewables will be high in the short run, but if you liberalize the cost, you're going to have low cost of these renewables, and that's the most interesting thing, and that is what actually makes the paper more interesting. So that's the findings of it. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Joe, for this discussion. We look forward to having you once again in the course of this program or show. Viewers, we have come to the end of the show. Thank you very much, and we'll come your way once again with another energy-related discussion. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for hosting me. I'm very happy, and my doors are open anytime, every time. We can always discuss. Thank you. All right.